Oh, good evening. Welcome back to Dr. Lady's Library of Horrors here at Horror Hotel, where it's time now for another creepy cheapies. But, well, you see what I was reading here is I was flipping through this old magazine. This is a Famous Monsters of Filmland magazine from back in the year 1966. Okay, this is Famous Monsters number 40. And the artwork, look at that really scary face on the cover. That illustration was done by a very famous illustrator named Ron Cobb. And this particular gorgeous piece of beautiful art here was inspired by the advertising for the 1960 movie City of the Dead, better known in America under the title Horror Hotel. And as you can see, it looks a lot like the advertising art from back in the day, 1960, when the movie Horror Hotel, aka City of the Dead, came out. Not to be confused, by the way, with City of the Walking Dead, which is also known as Nightmare City, which came out in 1980, nor to be confused with Lucio Fulci's City of the Living Dead, which also came out around 1980 or 81, I think. It is better known in America as Gates of Hell. No. This City of the Dead, black and white, creepy movie with Christopher Lee from 1960. And why am I looking at this? Well, because tonight's exciting mask on Creepy Cheapies is a very impressive rendition of one of those Horror Hotel ghoulies, based largely on this illustration and sculpted by none other than Jeff Death of Death Studios. This particular mask called Mad Ghoul. That's right. Now that's a little confusing because there's a movie called The Mad Ghoul from 1940, but this has nothing to do with that. It's just a generic spooky name given to the mask. It's just a Mad Ghoul mask, okay? And the reason it's green is because the artwork for Horror Hotel, and that in particular, that Ron Cobb illustration on the Famous Monsters cover, tended to be green. Now this came out in the 2011-2012 season, and I'm very impressed with it. Now one reason I had to have one, of course, is because Horror Hotel is what everyone calls my lovely home here, because as you may or may not know, this building really was an actual hotel some 150 years ago. And now it's just a place for me and Laura and all our monsters. And this artwork had been brought to life more or less in mask form before by a couple of other companies, including the short-lived and very impressive mask company Hollywood Halloween. They had a version of this, but I never owned one until I saw the Death Studios one. I thought it was just exceptional. Again, Jeff Death sculpted this himself, and it just has a nice look about it, I think. It has a good combination of fear and anger and even a little bit of humor. It just is a good, scary, creepy, kind of classic old-fashioned spooky ghost face, and I like that about it. Now the hair on the one I got has this sort of gunky look. I don't know whether they all have that gunky look, so if you order one, I don't know if you'll get the goop in the hair. The reason I don't know is because I don't have them all. I only have this one. It has gunky hair. I don't know if they all do, you see, but very impressive, I think. And if not, you could always gunk it up with a little hair gel, hairspray maybe. Yeah, mess it up yourself a bit. Now, if you think the green is a bit too garish, a bit too whimsical, a bit too cartoonish, a bit too fanciful, a bit too... Okay, I'm out of synonyms for now. If you'd like something that you think looks a little more low-key and realistic, the same mask is also available from Death Studios under the title Mad Corpse. Now the Mad Corpse version is basically the same, except instead of green, the basic color is kind of a tan gray, kind of a dead, dusty gray color. So I see that may be to some collectors' likings, because it is more subtle. But I kind of like this one because the green works well with the whole 1960s milieu for me, if you will. You know, that kind of, ooh, spooky, when all the monsters were green. Yeah, I like the way this works with the 1960s vibe to it. Very nice depth to the mouth and a very realistic, shiny, creepy eye and nice, shiny, glossy teeth. the quality is always pretty consistently high with Death Studios. Now you can get these either wearable or display. Mine is just display. Mine is not wearable, which means there's no slit up the back, and there are no eye cuts or nostril cuts or anything like that, because I wasn't really figuring on putting this on my head and, you know, sitting around the house reading magazines while wearing the mask. So I just got an untrimmed display version. If you want to wear it at Halloween and frighten people in your neighborhood, you can get that too. Now, the last time I checked, this was available on the Death Studios website for, I believe, $80. However, recently the cost of latex and the cost of shipping have both gone up, so you know, don't hold me to that. It may be more than $80 by the time you get to the website and see it, but that was my findings, was that it was $80. Either version, the gray Mad Corpse or the green Mad Ghoul, both wonderful and worthy additions to the collection. But wait, there's more. Death Studios offers a number of different kinds of generic monster hands, and they will paint them to go with any of the masks that they sell. So I had them do me up a nice pair of green zombie hands or corpse hands to go with the mask, because this shade of green is really not that common of a color in terms of rubber monster hands that you see at Halloween every year. So I had to make me a custom painted green pair to go with my very important Horror Hotel Mad Ghoul mask. And well, I recommend you do likewise. I believe the hands were $40, but again, they may have gone up since then. So that's always a risk with doing these videos with when it comes to giving you prices. Maybe by the time somebody sees this video, the price will have gone up from the price as it was when I was saying what I said when I recorded, you see? Sure. But anyway, these are awesome things. This is a great mask. It's scary and it's fun and it's very high quality, and I recommend that you add a green Mad Ghoul or a gray Mad Corpse to the mask collection immediately. And I also recommend that you keep your old issues of 1960s horror magazines away from these open flames.